we are going to continue with the reading of chapters 4 to 6 in this video. So they just had an encounter with Mr. Nasser and about the broken window, and Jamal had accidentally broken a window to try and give Bibi time to get away by showing off his ball skills. That went epically wrong. And Mr. Nasser threatens to report the kids to the police. And Dad shows up in the right time. "No need," says a voice. I spin around. Dad's taxi has pulled up and Dad is getting out looking grim. He picks up the ball, strides over to us, grabs me by the ear and turns to Mr. Nasser. "I'm sorry about this, Mr. Nasser," he says. "As this boy's father, I will take responsibility. I will, of course, pay for your windows. I don't think we need to involve the police." Dad is shorter than Mr. Nasser, but he's much younger. His eyes are very bright. It makes people think he's fierce, but actually it's eye strain from driving the taxi so much at night. Mr. Nasser takes a step back, and then Dad notices Bibi. He opens his mouth to say something, but changes his mind. He glances anxiously at Mr. Nasser. "Please be so good to leave these other boys in my hand," he said to Mr. Nasser, "and I will make sure they are dealt with strictly by their parents." I can see Bibi looking furiously. I know she wants to tell Dad we only broke one of the windows. Silently, I beg her to keep quiet. She does. Dad puts the ball under his arm and grabs Yusuf's ear too. He drags me and Yusuf to the taxi and pushes us into the back seat, crutches and all, and he puts Bibi in the front next to him. "You will have a payment and a written apology tonight, Mr. Nasser," he calls out the window. Mr. Nasser stands glaring at us, and I can see he still wants to report us to the police. I hope desperately, though, the thought of the money will calm him down. The taxi engine had stalled, which it always does. By the time it's got it started again, Mr. Nasser has gone into his house. Dad drives down the street to our place. "You," he says to Yusuf, "off home. I'll be seeing your grandfather later." Yusuf gives me a miserable look as he gets out of the taxi. I hand him his crutches and I give him a look to let him know how grateful I am for his help saving Bibi. I'm hoping Dad isn't as angry as he seems. I'm hoping he's only been pretending to be angry for Mr. Nasser's sake. Sometimes when Dad isn't really angry, he gives us a wink to let us know. It doesn't look good. Dad is not winking. I stand in our living room waiting for Dad to yell at me. I can hear him in the bedroom talking to Mum, which is a bit strange. You'd think that he'd yell at me first and then tell Mum about it. Perhaps he's asking Mum to help him yell at me. She's a teacher. She's more experienced at yelling. Bibi punches me in the arm. "Sorry for causing so much trouble," she whispers. I rub my arm and give her a grateful smile. "That's okay," I say. "It was a great goal. You're a better kicker than me." "Well, you might improve with practice," she says. I decide not to tackle her for being cheeky. "Thanks," I say. Perhaps she's right. Perhaps that's how bakers get to be desert warriors. Practice. Bibi punches my arm again. "We have to tell Mum and Dad we only smashed one window," she hisses, eyes shining fiercely. Then she frowns. "They probably won't believe us, not now that we've broken the law with me playing soccer." "They might like the idea," I say, nodding towards the bedroom. "They might be glad that you've got some exercise. I hope you've got a hope." Bibi doesn't even look tiny bit hopeful. Then Mum and Dad come out of their room. I don't feel hopeful anymore either. Dad's face is pale and grim. Mum's eyes are red and her lips are thin with stress. I brace myself for the yelling. Instead, Mum and Dad put their arms around me and Bibi. They squeeze us both tight. I can't believe it. A family hug? They must be pleased about Bibi getting the exercise. Wait till I tell them how good she is at kicking. "Jamal and Bibi," says Mum softly. "You know that we love you very much." "Yes," I say, glowing with happiness and relief. "Yes," says Bibi. She sounds pretty happy and relieved too. "No matter what happens," says Mum, You two are the most precious things in our lives. I know, I say quietly, it's true. Mum and Dad's parents are all dead in the war, and Dad's brothers. There's only the four of us left. Mum is crying, and I can feel the tears on my head. I don't understand. I'm pretty sure she's not crying about the broken window. She must be thinking about the poor dead relatives. Now I'm thinking about them, and my eyes start to fill up too. Not with painful tears, with the other kind. I'm just so grateful the four of us are here together safe. Dad crouches down and looks at me and Bibi, and I've never seen his face so serious. We've got to leave this house, he says. I stare at him, stunned. What? I say. Dad bites his lips and looks like he can't believe it either. And then he clenches his teeth and carries on. We've got to get out of the house, he says, tonight, and we can never come back. I feel like a landmine has exploded next to my head. My brain can hardly take in the words, and then I realised what has happened. It's not that bad, I gabble. Mr. Nasser he probably won't even go to the police. Nobody saw Bibi playing soccer. Honest, I promise. We don't have to leave. The landmine didn't even go off, says Bibi. Mum stares at her, and I can see Mum is having trouble taking everything in too. She gives a big sigh and sobs come out with it. It's not that, says Mum. It's not any of that. Then why do we have to leave? I say frantically. Is it the brake lights on the taxi? It's not fair. The government shouldn't persecute a person just because their brake lights are temporarily out of order. No, it's not the brake lights, says Dad quietly. It's something much more serious than that. I knew it. The army petrol Dad bought from that other taxi driver. Dancing monkeys. He only did it once. He was desperate. You can't be a taxi driver without petrol. Passengers hate it when you switch the meter on and then ask them to get out and help you push the taxi. Mum takes a deep breath and wipes her eyes, and I can see she's got chalk dust on her cheek. It's the school, she says quietly. The government has found out about our school. Suddenly it hits me. I look around the living room. All the stuff is gone. Normally, our living room is fully equipped as a school for 8 kids. Blackboard, floor mats, books, paintbrushes that we're always squabbling over because there are only 3 of them. All gone. Well, how did the government find out? I ask, my voice wobbly with shock. But I already know. School transport. The other girls in the class can't be seen walking to school, so they have to be transported in secret. Someone must have seen Dad picking up Anissa and Fatima at their houses or dropping them back in the afternoon. It's always been a big risk doing that every day, even though Anissa and Fatima always travel in the boot. Mum is staring at the place on the wall where her beloved blackboard used to hang. Now I understand why she is crying. Dad puts his arms around me and Bibi again, and I can feel him trembling. We don't know how the government found out, he says. We just know they have. Someone I trust told me an hour ago. It's too risky to stay. We have to pack up and leave right now. And in tomorrow's reading, we'll do another 3 chapters tomorrow. We'll find out what happens and how they pack up their lives in their little village and leave to the great unknown. I hope you're enjoying the reading of Boy Overboard, and that it really makes you appreciate the countries that you live in, the freedoms we have, and things we take for granted. See you next time.